Is that good? I gotta fix it. This is a work in progress, people. It's a test stream. So I'm gonna try this out. Perfect time to do it too, and everybody's watching the Super Bowl. I know, maybe you can hear me now. That's crazy. You see that? You're in chat. Look at that. Very good. Anna BB. Can you hear me now? Yes, very good. Is it too loud? This is a test stream. We're trying it out. This is just to see, because I might do one next Friday. Be on the lookout for that. But I thought, hell, dude, I think the Super Bowl's on right now, so nobody's gonna see all the all the blunders and shit of this stream. So we're gonna see how this goes. I can't believe you're sitting there watching. You're just cock watching YouTube to check in. Let me see. Let me see. All right, I'm taking a look at it from my end. I got. Oh, you got a notification. Okay, that's good. I'm glad you got the notifications on. You're like, oh, gee, you gotta check this out. I was just trying to slide it in there, and I was like, hopefully everybody's just watching the Super Bowl, because I'm just trying to test out like my bandwidth and the quality, and try and get all the shit figured out. Blah, blah, blah. What is it saying? It's saying a warning. Stream. I should get on. You should. Should we? You recommend? Okay, so it's saying my bit rate is good. No, I knew the microphone wasn't connected, because I usually use it separate. When I do videos, I usually use a separate what's it called? Platform or whatever, separate program. But then when I got on here, I'm not using that separate program, so I thought, wait a minute, I have to unclick that. How does the quality look? Does it look okay? Because it gave me a warning. This is good. Maybe I should have told you or told someone else about it and said, make sure to watch my shit and give me feedback. Anyways, I was thinking about watching this leaked Faze Banks Haley Welch thing. It's like 39 minutes. Just to see if I can do it and the stream actually holds up, because I would like to do like an hour and a half stream on like Friday nights or like Saturday nights. And then just, you know, and so this will just be a test to see how things will go. I don't know why the thumbnail on it though isn't. I put a different picture on there, but anyways, okay. Why does this guy look like a little kid who's guilty and his mom is talking for him? Because he is a little kid who's guilty. Because he's a little shit. I'm going to grab something to drink real quick. Blah, blah, blah. So, and we'll get back and we shall take a look at this thing. I think I need to get a lobby I gotta figure out how to do that, like a lobby, like countdown or whatever. I should figure out how to do that. Let me see how to do this. But yeah, give me 1 second. Oh, there's Bill Gates. I was blocking that. I don't know what this is. This guy posted this stream on, this is the only one I could find on YouTube. I could probably look harder, but I thought this looks good enough. But he's got a picture of Bill Gates in the corner, which is super strange. So I thought I'll just cover that up with my beautiful mug. Anyways, give me a second. Okay. So we did a video yesterday, uploaded a video yesterday on this situation, but it was only like a minute and a half clip of her crying her little fucking eyes out. Because she basically, if you didn't know, she got caught in this stupid scam. It's a crypto scam, rug pull, and she wants to cry and act like she had no part in it and she was just taken advantage of or whatever. But I don't think that that's good enough. I think that we should hold these people who are famous should be responsible. Okay? People who are famous should be held responsible. If Faze Banks here got taken advantage of and a similar thing happened, and I don't know a whole lot about it, maybe something has happened to him that's similar. But if it happened to him, people would be coming down on him and all of Faze Clan and be shitting all of them saying, what the hell? You don't know better than to have people scamming your fans, right? You don't know any better. I mean, yeah, the BRB screen, I don't know either. I'll have to look at it, but there probably is a way, because really, actually, probably what you need to do is, I'm using OBS. Probably what I need to do is just have another display screen that's on, maybe that's how you do it, or like flip over to a scene that says like BRB or something. I don't really know. Keep the audio the same. I don't know. Anyways, so if Faze Banks had the same issue, people would be running his ass through the coals, raking his ass over the coals. I don't understand crypto. I'm not a big knowledgeable person on it either, but I do understand the scam that basically these, like in a general sense, I understand what a rug pull is, right? You basically come out with a coin. Yeah, like she basically came out with her own, it's almost like stocks, like it's like you have like a percentage. She came out with a stock of her own, right? But she held on to the majority of it, like 80% of it or whatever. And then when people came in and they released it to the public, people came in and bought it. She sold it all off. Once the supply diminished enough, right? She made enough back. Like the amount she had increased in value. Oh, okay, you know OBS, that's good. Yeah, the amount she had increased in value when people bought off the amount that she gave out, and then she just dumped it all, which basically sent their crypto to zero while she just stole money. Like, you could in theory do that with stocks, but the thing is, stocks are usually they're connected and tied up to a business, right? To your actual physical thing, right? it's a portion of, but cryptos are basically like nothing, right? They're not really connected to anything. So people can just dump them off. But yeah, OBS. Yep. We'll look at that. Anyways, so that's basically general gist. She's scammed people and she's crying about it. And this is her comeback. She's been gone for 2 months, people. And she was seen on the video I did yesterday. She was seen on the beach in Dior and just relaxing over the holiday. And now she's coming back to do a stream with Faze Banks. So we'll see what exactly happens here.
Guys, I'm back with another episode of Talk To, and I'm here with Banks.
There he is.
How's it going?
Audio?
It's going good. Life's crazy right now.
Let me know how the audio is.
I don't know. I say no to every single fucking podcast. Ongoing joke on Impulsive that I stood them up 4 or 5 times. This isn't necessarily my thing, but you're in an interesting position right now.
Why is he sitting
I feel like
that?
it's my duty to come on here and talk to you. You seem like a sweet enough girl, and I feel like I know more or less what happened with you. We're going to get into all that. I brought a couple crypto nerds with me. We're going to sit down and talk.
Teach me.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I feel good. How do you feel?
I don't know. I'm still a
Sort
little
of.
shook up about it.
How was the nap?
It was a very long nap. I would say. That's what sucks about it, too. I had to read that off a phone and, like, put it in my words. And I was like, anywho, I'm going to bed.
This is mainly for me, and again, why I wanted to come here and talk about this is because millions of people are going to watch this. Everybody's kind of waiting to hear what you say. Everyone's kind of waiting to see how this plays out. And 99% of these people don't know shit about crypto. Just
and
like
I'm
you.
one of them.
Just like you, exactly.
I'm one of them.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that's the whole
And the
point, right? That's the whole point. You're right. I don't know that much about crypto. You don't know that much about crypto in chat, but she doesn't either. So why are you getting involved in this shit, dude? Why are you outsourcing all your knowledge on this thing to some fucking randos? And they're hijacking your brand and your platform and your business to sell some shit coin, some meme coin. Ridiculous. That's a big point here, that you don't do that. And I think the fact that she became so famous so quickly, she doesn't have the fucking mental acuity as a famous person to understand that. Those chairs look uncomfy, yeah.
Going joke on CT right now is like, if she just did this 2 days after Trump, she'd be okay.
Exactly.
Which isn't necessarily true because of the way it was done. And that's kind of the whole point, right? There's a right and a wrong way to do this. And if you have interest, it's mostly important that your network and the people that you trust to walk into this market are exactly that, people that you can trust.
I think that's where I messed up.
For sure. I can only imagine, fuck crypto. I can only imagine stepping into everything that your life's been the last year and the amount of time that you have been. I've been doing this whole social media content thing at a high level for like 15 years. I'm officially fucking like unk. And I still
getting sick and tired of
have
that.
it totally figured out. Someone like you know, and my shit was gradual. I like
shit's starting to quickly become
today, and you were like fucking parabolic.
I want to start by saying thank you to all my true fans and all the people that actually watch my stuff and they keep up with me. We're trying to sort out all the pieces and stuff to like get all this figured out and make everything right. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry.
No, don't cry. Everything's gonna be good. We're gonna be good.
Look at his fucking face.
And
Get all this figured out and make everything right. Oh my god, I'm gonna
First
cry.
of all, look at her face, dude. She looks like she's aged 10 fucking years.
no, don't cry.
That face. Don't cry.
Don't cry. Everything's gonna be good. We're gonna be good.
Don't cry. You're just
And
gonna
guys,
go to
listen,
prison.
just as a temperature
Don't
check,
cry.
I just want to say, the first thing that she said to me off camera was, the minute you DM'd me, I really wish I just texted you and called you. And that speaks to me because of how I was introduced to crypto, and we'll get into that. But I'm also kind of on the back end of things too. Like, their team's been very forthcoming.
What a turnaround,
My
too.
team is
Isn't it
vetting
kind
them the fuck
of
up.
interesting that Faze Banks was like shitting on her in that call with CoffeeZilla, and then now he's on her podcast to help quell any of her emotions, her crying, right, to get on here to freaking wipe her ass and change her diaper. I wonder if there's something else at play here, right? I wonder if there's something else at play. She's just blah. She got no personality. That's true. Well, yeah, that is true. I mean, she's got the southern accent, and that's it. It's like It's like similarly when like you when you like meet a British person and all they have is their fucking accent, and you're like, wow, you're so exotic and interesting, or like an Australian, but like really these people are just like milquetoast, like retards. No, well, or she tried to do her makeup and it's just the weight of fame of scamming has just taken a toll on her, right?
Out right now and has been for the last week. Red Guy and Frank.
There's no amount of makeup that can make up for that, right?
Episode, it's such a weird blend and mash of worlds. No,
It rolled out.
don't cry, Haley. It's fine.
Please don't fucking cry.
It's all gonna be okay. Life
Please,
is gonna be okay.
God.
Oh, Haley, no.
No, don't do that. Don't stare at me.
No.
It's easier to be kind when you're face to face.
You just
I think it's hard. No, I don't know if it's easier to be kind. It's harder to be mean. But I don't find it very hard to be mean, to not be mean to people if they deserve it. If they deserve it, this girl deserves it. She deserves to get freaking rolled.
You're
yeah,
adorable.
Just give
It's
us a
gonna be
minute.
okay.
You're
It's gonna be
adorable.
okay.
Well, so basically,
Haley, you're adorable. Haley, can I get your number? You're so adorable, Haley. Haley, what's your Snapchat?
how this idea got brought to me. It was
Haley, what's your Snapchat?
supposed to be like a what do they call it, a long-term coin. And the guy that ran the account, he was like, "Oh, we're gonna change like the way everybody thinks of crypto. Crypto's gonna be a good place." And I feel really bad for all the people that got affected by it, and it just didn't go the way I planned. And all the money out of this episode is getting donated to all the animals that have been affected by the fires up here.
Oh,
And I'll match it. Me, Ricky, I'll match it, whatever.
dude, he's gonna match it.
It's really, really important for me
These
to
are
make
good
sure that we
people.
address everything, get through.
These
all
people
of
are
exactly
good.
what happened.
These people are so good. These people are saints.
I think that it's really, really important at this point to be totally
He's a saint.
transparent about everything.
And she is too. You
that
know what?
happened
Forget
with
about it.
you
Forget
and your
about the crypto
partners
scam,
and this
everybody. It was a
launch
mistake.
in
Who
crypto and
cares?
what makes this bad?
Who
and what makes
cares? She's donating to animal relief. Who gives a fuck about the crypto scam? Who cares? Let's just move on.
what Iggy Azalea is doing, maybe
move
even
on.
good, and what makes Trump's doing different, right? I want to get through all that. So I brought two guys that I live with.
I don't know much about the Iggy Azalea or the Trump thing, really. I know a little bit, but I hope they actually do talk about that because I'd like to know a little more.
Crypto shit at a very high level. I brought Thread Guy. He's the biggest streamer in
Yeah,
crypto.
Snapchat Premium,
and I
yeah.
brought Frank D. Gods, who launched a very successful project last cycle, and he trades at a very high level. He's one of the best trader guys. These guys are really, really sharp, and they know
It's like
this
really sharp.
this market inside and out. And most importantly, they have front-facing brands, and their faces are everywhere, and we're all doxxed, and we all have to move militant, and we're all super, super passionate about conversations like this, because crypto done right is good for everybody, and
That's what I
everything that
said.
happened to you is really, really
That's
bad
exactly.
for you.
How about we give back to the people we stole from? That's exactly what I said. You're giving to the wrong animals. Why don't you give to the animals that you took away from, right? Unless Haley did start the fires in California, maybe she's doing that and doing more nefarious things behind the scenes, and she's trying to give back to everybody, all the animals that she's stolen from. Not only money, but also nature.
Market, it's really, really bad for us.
Why do we care about more about animals than people? Yep.
Yeah, and yeah, I hear everything that you're saying, and you're a human being first, and no matter which way this falls, I mean, it might not ever be.
You're a
spot where it's
human
totally
being
good. You might have to
first.
hear about this for the rest of your life, but let's
Probably.
just be transparent and make it right.
Okay.
Haley, pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.
Cool.
Look at that wimp
Let's
ass
bring in the
handshake.
My
nerds.
tissue go. All right, you guys. I only got one sponsor left because there's some real ones, and they've stuck with me since every bit of this started. Game Time believes in me, y'all, and I believe.
Yeah, that's right. All the sponsors should leave. This bumbling bum, spits on wieners. She spits on wieners, people.
Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
All of them have
What time
left
is it?
her.
Game time.
All right, Mrs. Haley. This is Thread Guy, the guy I was telling you about, the streamer guy,
There
Oh
is.
my
Hi,
god,
yeah, thanks
look
for
at this
having us.
guy.
Well, of course. Thank
and
you
then
for
this
coming.
is Frank D. Gots.
Hey, Haley.
Frank. Frank, my guy.
Yeah. In the merch too. Yeah, I got the merch on.
I love it.
Tuah, shout out.
These are
Holy
two
shit.
of 10 of
This
my
guy is a
crypto
ghoul.
nerds, I call him.
This
And
guy
these
is a fucking certified ghoul, dude. He looks like a crypto trader.
Let's do this at the highest level, and they're gonna help us through this conversation. And you have with us, he's off camera, but do you want to introduce?
I have my lawyer here too.
What's your name? Christian Barker. Okay, cool. How did this all happen?
I got my lawyer.
So
here.
Explain.
this idea got brought to
I
me
got my
like
lawyer
months
and my
ago,
security
and I was
guards.
kinda, I don't want to do that. I don't know anything about it, and I've never heard the space is a good place to be. So I was like,
This is the tire. This is the tire that sleep won't fix.
about it, which we trusted the guy.
Only
that
repentance
come
will
to
fix
us.
that tiredness.
He was a friend of, I don't know, a friend of a friend, I guess you can put him. That was my biggest mistake.
Yeah,
I probably should have looked into him.
We heard a little bit
more.
about him. Apparently, he had like a pretty strong network, and
You said, ew, normally when guys say that, it's them reminding themselves you are human, not just a walking fleshlight. I actually saw, and I was trying to find the tweet. I saw a tweet from him, and I don't know if it was edited or not, where he said, look, I'm just trying to hit in reference to Haley. I don't know if it's true or not. It's alleged, but I did see that, and I don't know why. That's why I'm like questioning the whole switch up he has over like how he was like roasting the shit out of her, and then now he's like, I'm gonna go on your podcast and bring crypto guys to help get your image back up there.
LA, and kind of use that as leverage to, give himself a vouch. And I think the guy probably more or less overstated his qualifications in executing something like this. Fair to say?
Yes.
Which is usually the case.
Yeah, that's 99% of the time. What happened after that?
Well, really, everything went good, and then I noticed, like, the day of the launch, he was, like, a little weird about it. Like, he was pacing around on the porch, and I don't know, it just makes you suspicious. And then we finished the podcast that day, and then I ended up going in that room over there to get on that live, where I was, like, scripted to say this, that, and the other, but put it in my own words. So I done that, and then that's when you got on, and you were asking him questions, and he couldn't answer them. So I was like, okay, something's wrong. He can't answer a simple question. And then CoffeeZilla got on there. That
Dude,
scary
she
guy,
was
let me tell
she
you.
was scripted to say shit. So this girl, like, no red flags went off in your. This is what I'm talking about. Like, no red flags went off in your mind. You're like, this guy gave her a script to talk about. Said, here, we're gonna do a crypto coin. You don't know anything about it. Leave it all up to me. You don't really know anything about me, right? It sounds like she doesn't know that much about this guy either. And then he's pacing around like, dude, this is a fucking scam. She needs Jesus for sure. Also bodyguards, because these guys are creepy for real, dude. For real, dude. Look at this guy. Look at the way this guy's looking. Look at him. What is he staring at? Meow. The way he looks at her, the things he's saying, it makes sense. It's icky, all about leverage. Yeah, he's for sure trying to help. Look, I'm a good guy. I'm here for you. Right, I know. He's probably in on it with her. Like,
Don't ever want to have a conversation with him.
We're a little bit more charitable than Coffee. I think Coffee kind of has a little bit of disdain for crypto in general. Us, on the other hand, we live and breathe it every day. We want to see crypto succeed. We do it every single
you
day.
live and breathe on something.
But Coffee definitely, like, you know what I mean? He's definitely asking the right questions.
trust
The way
this
that
guy with my
he
life.
asks them, maybe, is why you guys can't really, like,
Yeah.
find a
Scripted to say stuff is normal, right? Yeah, it's so normal, dude. Here, say this shit. Pump this coin. Don't worry about it. It's money. It's finances. You don't understand it. We don't understand it. Who cares? Just say this shit and get out there. Oh, you're right. Well, no, I'm not saying that like a PR team, but I'm saying that these people coming in and telling her what to say about this incident is weird. Like, I'm not saying that having a PR team is weird. I get that, but like, it seems like this is a red flag where it's like, how do you not? You're just putting your blind faith in random people, right? Is what she's doing. And there's so many orbiters and people around here who are just, and this, you find this happen a lot with people, with famous people. Michael Jackson was a famous one, where you have people around you who are there to help you, but if you don't have discernment and you don't have the ability to like actually be able to make the choices and notice the red flags yourself, then you'll be taken advantage of. And in Michael Jackson's case, he had a lot of people who were trying to steal his fortune from him. And unfortunately, he was under a lot of drugs, right? He had a doctor, I can't remember the guy's name right now, but he had a doctor who was basically pumping him and making him go to zombie land. And that's what Kanye was talking about. Kanye was saying that he's off his meds, and everybody's like, oh my God, he's off his meds. But no, the fact of the matter is they want to put him under meds, a bunch of tranquilizers so they can control him and push him out there into the forefront and say, here, talk to your millions of fans and do what we want you to do. And if you're under the influence of drugs, you do not have discernment to understand what's going on. This is why I think Kanye, for as crazy as he is, I think it's better that he's not being controlled by these people. And similarly with her, I don't know, she might be on medication. I have no fucking idea. But similarly with her, she needs to have discernment and understand these people are coming in to do this financial shit. You should say, I don't know anything about crypto. It's money, it's finances, it's people will be investing in this stuff. I don't want to have anything to do with it. She should have the ability, and she should be responsible enough to say that.
Or have like any sort of conversation with each other, but we actually did talk to him. We had a conversation
Correct.
with him.
She's surrounded by people who don't care about her.
Broad questions to share and ask you. They're good questions.
Oh, that scares me if they come from him.
No, don't worry about it. Don't be scared.
He's such a scary guy.
Coffee is a little scary, but it's okay.
He means well, though.
This whole thing is a little scary. Yeah,
he's only scary to you because your bitch ass got fucking
he just wants to
found
see
out.
people move the right way. And again, that's the difference between you, Iggy, Trump.
Your dad's only scary when you've done something
right
wrong.
There's a whole set of standards and rules that this market follows, and etiquette that people, respect. And it's just, that's what it is, right?
Well, see, that's how it got brought to me. It was supposed to be done the right way. Like, it was going to be good. Like, half the money, it was supposed to go, like, into my charity. That's really why I agreed to do it. Just for the simple fact, putting money into that. It was a way to, like, get all my community gathered up together. It was just, I don't know. It was brought to me in, like, a positive way. Like, it was going to be something good and long-term, but it didn't go that route at all.
Again,
so it was like a smack in the face.
100% of the time, the pitch is always going to be positive. It's we're the right guys, we're the ones, et cetera, et cetera. Again, I think that's why we're here. Thread, Frank, maybe introduce yourselves and give your.
Yeah. Hey, Frank. Been in crypto for like 4 years. I guess, do we just go to the questions first, or?
Yeah, whatever you want.
Yeah.
Like natural conversation.
How much, did they offer you money up front? This is what I think the internet always wants to know is, like, do they offer you money up front, part of the tokens? Like, how did that work? Like,
so the deal, I can speak to that. So the deal that she did was like a brand image likeness deal where they paid her $125,000 up front. They were supposed to pay her $200,000 after the launch of the coin within 30 days. She was supposed to have full transparency to tokenomics and everything going on, which they did stay in communication about it, but it just was an ever-evolving game plan, essentially. So back-end participation was to always be mutually agreed, and what they had agreed on in the tokenomics was there was a 10% allocation of the token that would be on a 1-year lock, and then a 3-year drip after that. Of that 10%, half of that was supposed to go to the company that created the project, and half was to go to her. So out of 100% of the token, she would have had 5% at the end. Obviously, she has lawyer, manager, business manager, so even that 5% would have been cut down by over a quarter due to people that she has to pay out on her non-crypto.
So all the structure you just described, what happened to all that?
It's not like it has dissolved.
What happened to that?
On launch, 3% of the token was made available for public trading. A lot of this information we found out since the launch. We, as in Haley's internal non-crypto team, but 17% was given to pre-sale investors. 2/3 of which approximately sold the day of launch. Yep. So there is 20% in circulation.
And just to be clear about where you kind of jumped into this, you were telling us in the back room that this kind of all was happening even without you really knowing or having view on any of it until post. You're handling the cleanup and trying to protect Haley and trying to do right by Haley now, but you didn't have the opportunity to like.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay.
I negotiated the contract with the company. We have like accounting transparency rules and requirements that I added to the contract. SEC compliance requirements I added into the contract that they would have to do as project manager. And so we continued to inquire all along the process about the tokenomics. It was kind of a shifting narrative and explanation of tokenomics. The most recent tokenomics that were given to us prior to the launch had the pre-sale investors being on a 1 month lock with a 1 year drip after that. That's pretty obvious on chain that didn't happen. But 80% of the supply is still in control. The dev still controls 80%.
And who are they?
I do not know who the dev is. That was never disclosed to us. All I know is it's a gentleman that's.
So see, the problem with the developing side of like projects like these and products like these is they can do whatever the fuck they want, right? Like they can change this structure that sounds really pretty and nice and fair and honest. They can change it at will, right?
Especially when they control the coins, they control the keys, yeah.
So 80% of the fucking supply, and then they control all the code and stuff, all these locks that sound great again and fair and like it's gonna keep her safe. They can just be turned off right before the thing goes, and that's sounds like more or less is what happened. What would you say?
I think with memes, people in the internet like to feel like a ownership of it, and like the community wants to feel like it's organic. And so by having like a pre-sale, it makes it posting the wallet address beforehand, then you just know snipers are gonna like basically get, which I think a sniper made $1 million right when it went live. These were kind of just like really bad practices for like an organic meme coin. And so yeah, I mean that's honestly like it's
no, those two things specifically. What was the pre-sale structure exactly?
I'm not certain to the structure of the pre-sale. There was a 17% allocation. Most of the pre-sale investors, my understanding were based in Asia.
Okay.
And there was again supposed to be a 1 month lock with a 1 year drip after that.
And how much was raised for that 17%?
2.8 million.
I think that's why people were really upset for the most part, Ailey, is that
puts it at like 14, 15.
Yeah, it's like basically when you have a coin where people have a bunch of pre-sale, it means like a bunch of people got this early access to it
That
so
normal people don't have access
that normal
to.
people don't have access to. And so I think it's less the problem that there's a coin.
Notice how their body language switched when the lawyer man started talking. They're getting into it. They're getting down to business now. Now we got to talk about allocation.
And more just the way that it was done was really.
And just start.
I wonder if his
yeah,
lawyer's there
that
too.
is probably never the way to go. It's just not. It's just not good for the health of the token. But if ever, you should know exactly who holds this token.
Correct.
Like always, like to have that be like a question mark and like
He's a lawyer.
guys in Asia, it's like they're the ones who control now the destiny of this token.
It's like, who are these guys?
They at any moment upon launch, this thing could rip to fucking $100 million, and they could all just fucking suck all the liquidity out and send it to zero, and then you're
That's what they
again,
did.
the face of it, you're the name of it, and then you're left in this situation that you've been in.
So when there's a pre-sale, nobody in the United States can buy that, right? Is that how that works?
I'm not necessarily sure.
How does that work?
Honestly, don't
I
know.
look at
It's all kind of great.
Sounds about
Donald
right,
Trump
yeah.
just dropped a fucking meme coin, so
Yeah.
I don't really. I think we're kind of all in
Yeah.
a situation where we're figuring that stuff
Yeah.
out. I think as a society in real time. It's all.
But
all
the
really
pre-sale
gray
wasn't made public, right? And so
Yeah,
that is
that's
less
also a
about the
huge
fact
problem.
that there was a pre-sale and more
Private.
the fact that it was hidden. And I think the biggest thing with like why people were so frustrated is less due to how the price turned out and more because it was very publicly set up like wrong to the people that are really in crypto that do it every day. You could see on like A, B, and C, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong.
And that's why, Haley, the most important thing far and away for people like you and I in a market like crypto is transparency. It means everything. It's like
I was using his
it has to
banking
start
card.
and stop there, because then at that point, at least something goes wrong. You know what I mean? This is what I knew. This is what happened. And that's why conversations like these are really, really important.
Where's the transparency in
I
any of this
think
shit? A guy on the CoffeeZilla call was talking about off-sea accounts in the Caymans. Now they're talking about pre-sale investors in Asia. Where's the transparency in that? We don't know any of these fucking people.
And I said this before, and I'd love to hear your guys' opinion on this. I think generally, like crypto Twitter, people who
She's just in over her fucking head. Look at this girl, dude. Like, she's just in over her head. She's just a fucking streetwalker. This girl was a streetwalker 1 year ago. Getting drunk on the streets of Nashville. Spitting on wieners. and now she's in finance. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? Give me a break. Exactly. She put her name and her face on something she had no control over. That's how you learn the hard way, man. You know, if you get fame this quickly as it comes, as quickly as it's gone, we'll see how she how her fans and orbiters, you know, how it goes after this. But
level who do this every day more or less know what happened, because they can go like Frank.
She has this is another thing too. You got to think about fame is that she hasn't curated or crafted a skill of any sort. All she did was say one line. She didn't really work for any of this shit. Somebody came in and probably gave her and talked her through how to do all of this, how to get this podcast going, how to get these. All this shit has just been generated by other people. She's just at the front of it. They're like, let's just put all these greasy ass businessmen behind her are just pushing her out in the front and saying, well, this is prime real estate here, man. This is prime for the financial R wording. I don't know if I want to say that word on stream, but she's just prime for it, man. We can just rip as much money as we can off this woman. And like I said, they're trying to do that with every celebrity. But when they can't do it, then they just drug you up and they try and do it anyways. That's why you really need people you know around you. You really need family and friends around you who are smart and shrewd and who can discern between, no, these people are not out for your best interest. We should not do business with them.
It tells the whole story. That's the beautiful thing about crypto.
Yeah, I found that out later too.
Yeah, so they more or less can see what happened, and then obviously we've seen this story a million fucking times, right? So we more or less know what happens. The issue for you is the millions and millions of people who farmed views off this and made stories about this and covered it. Your average fan, right, the average fucking middle America 16-year-old kid who's a fan of you, just sees crypto scam, which is, again, another huge part of the conversation that I'm passionate about, where it's just like crypto already has this bad rap, and it's because of things like this, and it's because the onboarding process is flawed, the barrier to entry is flawed. You probably don't even understand half of what's being talked about right now. That's what I'm saying. It's like there's a real language barrier. And the point is, like, if you have no business in crypto, you probably shouldn't be in crypto. The only thing,
agree.
Your introduction to crypto should have been somebody, a finance guy, telling you it's probably a good idea for you to DCA 20% of your money indefinitely into Bitcoin, because it's just
this is like one of the issues with these kind of like crowdfunded, like publicly available financial, I don't even know, I mean, financial options, I guess, is that you get these randos who don't know anything about it. And I have some crypto, and I'm not even like the most knowledgeable person on this shit, but I've been very hesitant to dump my money into shit when it's not true and tried and tested, right? Like, it's not a bad investment to put money in a 401k because it's true and tried and tested, right? It's been around, you know, the stock market, you know, these things have been around for a long time. These institutions have been around for a long time. Crypto, very new. And new financial options like this, they are volatile. And if you don't know everything about them and what you're doing, this shit's going to happen. And when we just provide this shit to any Tom, Dick, and Harry out there, you're going to get a lot of these types of situations.
An investment. And then maybe you know what I mean?
What does DCA mean?
It means
dollar cost average.
Yeah, it means just like slowly buying or slowly selling. So it's actually
buy like $10 a Bitcoin a day type thing. Yeah,
it's the best way that I think that you can acquire an asset like Bitcoin, because it's so volatile. It's 100,000 one day, and then it's 70,000, then it's 120. Right? It's never hit 120, but if you buy it at a consistent basis, you get the average cost of Bitcoin over the span of whatever. But it's like it's things like that. Obviously, if you're that passionate about your team, sees an opportunity, that's okay.
The whole room is weird as fuck for real. The chairs are uncomfy. The background is boring. No coasters, no books. A picture of herself. It's really weird. Very still. It is. It's like a Lynchian movie scene, right? It's like fucking weird, man.
I mean, we see opportunities every day in crypto, and that's what, you know, anybody that's telling you they're not in crypto to make money is fucking lying to you, right? To a degree, some more than others, and some are more likely to fucking, you know, not stand on business and fucking do sketchy, weird shit. And some are more passionate about the future of the space like us. But if you're gonna do that, if you're someone like Haley Welch and you're gonna do that, you need to like be as careful as you can be, and you need to make sure that the people that you're doing this with are like people you can really, really trust and qualified to do it.
Wiz Khalifa told me not to ever put your name on something you don't fully understand.
It's a really, really awesome piece of advice.
It's great advice.
Was that after? Was that after the scam or before the scam?
On this show, there's like a clip of that.
Yep.
That's good. Yeah, I mean that's a
real clip.
That's a great piece of advice.
What's the best piece of advice you'd give to Haley?
Just like
when was
make
this?
sure that you like clear everything that's like being done in your name. Like make sure you like it.
Yeah.
Don't let it get crazy. Don't let it get out of fucking whack.
This had to have been before the scam because she doesn't have the fucking severe bags under her eyes, right? So why didn't she take this man's advice? That's good advice.
Where it's like, yo, I wouldn't even fucking done that shit.
Yeah.
And it sucks. It sucks that you're having to learn this the hard way.
So is she blaming her team for all of her bullshit? Not in this, it doesn't seem like, but it does. It seems like she's blaming being taken advantage of. Is what it's the angle she's going to go down. Is that we didn't know, and this is just. I'm just a little girl, and I had no fucking idea, and I was taken advantage of, and maybe they'll countersue or whatever, but I don't know how they're going to countersue these no-name people who she doesn't even fucking know. Like, it's like the only person really responsible, like you can really pinpoint as responsible, is her and her fucking team. So I don't know how she's going to get around that.
I feel like I needed to, though. It kind of opened my eyes a lot.
That's
You're at the spear. You're at the tip of the spear. I talked about this in the other video. You know, it's like if you're a CEO of a company, you fuck up, your company fucks up. You are the one who is usually legally responsible, and they usually sue you because of what your company did. You're the one who gets indicted, right?
Yeah, I mean that's honestly how I was introduced to crypto to begin. I can't talk too much about it or names,
It was before
whatever.
Bitcoin.
But I was
What you
introduced
mean?
to crypto
What are you
through
referring to?
something very, very similar. A deal came through the Faze pipeline, my company that's existed for over a decade. We were public at one point. Came through the sales team, and a talent manager brought me this deal that for me, by every measure of my expertise and my perspective on my whole career and how it came up, this was a fucking great deal. This product came to me and said, we want you to be a spokesperson for our product. It's X, Y, and Z. It's in crypto, this cool new technology. And they like you. They like your name. They want you to do basically more or less an ad read every 2 weeks.
Can we make a soy jack of this guy,
$100,000 a year
please?
salary.
it's simple.
I'm like, what? Bet. That's
Hey,
a great
artists out
deal.
there.
And also they'll give you, they like your name.
Artists out there, can you guys clip this and make a soy jack of this, please? Look at this guy. This guy is freaking hilarious, dude.
They want
He
you
doesn't
to
even
do
look like a real
basically
person.
more or less an ad read every 2 weeks, and they'll
Is
pay
he
you
AI
$100,000 a year
generated?
salary.
it's simple.
I'm like, what? Bet. That's a great deal. And also they'll give you whatever it was. I'm making this figure up, but $50,000 in tokens, whatever. I didn't know what that meant. In one ear, out the other. Could give a fuck less about that. $100K a year? Bet. That's awesome. And then upon announcing this and upon me talking about it, they used that moment as exit liquidity. They used my face as exit liquidity. At that point, I got flooded with comments. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? What the fuck is happening? Probably similar, definitely not as severe as your experience and whatever happened. And this was during a different time. This was
Definitely not as
2020. I mean,
fucked up
whole
as
fucking
your
timeline
thing,
in
but-
2020 was Kim Kardashian and Jake Paul and
Yep.
Mayweather and everybody, because this market took advantage of the fact that our market had so much influence and we had so many eyeballs and such a big audience, but we knew nothing about it, right? So very easy to manipulate us, take advantage of us, use us as exit liquidity, et cetera, et cetera. I used that opportunity. I got investigated by the SEC for fucking like 2 years over this. It cost me way more money than I made. It was one of the most miserable experiences of my life because that moment got me into crypto. So then I started doing things like buying CryptoPunks and buying more Ethereum and Bitcoin, et cetera, and meeting people like this. And I made the conscious decision that I'm never going to allow something like this to happen to me ever again. I'm going to know as much as I need to know about this space to
There
keep
is an
myself
aspect
safe.
to this where I think people who are famous, you can't spread yourself too thin. And that's something I've been trying to limit in my own life whenever I try and think about, you know, getting into crypto or any other, like just doing things in my life that I am like responsible for or I have to keep track of. You spread yourself too thin and you start to miss things that might bite you in the ass, you know? And I think if I was famous, I would really keep it, I want to keep it fucking simple. Like where I'm getting my income from, you want to try and expound on that as much as possible, but I think you want to streamline it as much as possible too. You don't want to be jumping to crypto here, now I'm doing this, now I'm selling this stuff, now I'm doing that, now I'm doing, and then you're like, and then you lose track of it, and then guess what? Something here fucks up. You're embroiled in a lawsuit. Guess what? Then your problems compound. Maybe this then fucks up. Oh, now that compounds. Now you can't afford to do this anymore because you have to spend all your money on legal fees, and then it just blows up. It gets way out of control, and then you get the bags under your eyes like Haley has. The tired that sleep won't fix, right? And you don't want to be in that position. You want to keep everything as simple as you can. Keep your fucking circle close. Keep your friends close. And make sure you trust the people who are around you and trust the investments you're making.
Happy that I did in a weird roundabout way. It was one of the greatest things that ever happened to me. Luckily for me, I did meet people who did it the right way, who pushed me in that direction. And
This guy, man. Somebody get him a Coke. Somebody get him a Red Bull. This guy needs to wake up. Oh, we've gone back to creepy vibes where lawyer man needs to say something again to change the vibe up again. Yeah.
You know, I stood on business and put morals first and did it in an ethical way. And when the SEC,
Look at this guy. What the fuck?
I had receipts on it.
Why is he sitting like this? This guy is not real. He's not a real person.
Receipts of me
He's a
declining
gangly
deals.
orc.
I was getting
He's a
offered
ghoul.
$500,000 to post an Instagram story to promote an NFT. You know what I mean? And saying no to things like that. So I think probably, I mean, they didn't say this explicitly, but I would imagine they see things like that and they're like, okay, this is like an honest
There's a
act.
random guitar behind the chair because she is from the South. So she wants everybody to know that music is alive and in her heart.
They dropped everything. I probably could have gotten fined and stuff because of just the nature of that deal. But yeah, I mean, it cost me a fuck ton of money legally.
I wonder
and
if they're
fuck
gonna
all
get a
the
nice
money,
big bowl
like
of
mentally. I can only imagine like how you
grits
feel. And
It's
just know
draining.
though, I can truly relate to all that, and that's why I agreed to come on the show.
This
That's
is
why
fucking
I'm
fucked.
personally here.
This is
I saw where
cursed.
you DM me, and it was
Yeah.
like in my request, and you
Yeah.
asked if I ran my account.
Yeah.
And what I done,
Dude.
I still confided in the guy that ran my account, and I screenshot. I was like, "Can I respond to him?" Like he was in the live.
No, don't.
He was like, "No, do not text him
It's the
back." I
biggest
was
red flag of all. Everything you've said.
Okay.
to
Not
this
being
point
allowed to respond to someone is
is
crazy. Yeah.
wild, especially someone like me, somebody who they know.
Well, I mean, you
I'm
were
a good
nice
faith
when
act-
you were on the live, so I was
Of
like, "Well,
course.
there's nothing wrong with him." I was like, "He's a nice guy, and he's just asking if I actually run my account." When his
Yeah.
answer is no.
I wish you picked up the phone and called me immediately. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny.
But I've never had
You
Twitter.
guys know too. I'm
downloaded.
sending her fucking paragraphs, bank shit. I'm like, yo, I'm trying to articulate in my little bullet points. I'm sending her pages.
It's like a
and pages
manic
and
essay. Yeah.
pages.
She's like, what the fuck is this?
I think that's all the messages I've had. It's like people from crypto.
Yeah.
I think the
Not
worst
very
part
nice.
about it is like I hate that it was just such a negative entrance for you
It was
because crypto is like a really cool place. And it's probably really confusing. A lot of it doesn't make sense, but
Crypto is
we like
really
to think of crypto
cool.
as the money of the internet. And it basically
Crypto's
allows
really
you
cool,
to
guys.
attach a value to attention. Like
You
memes.
should,
I call
you
it
should
Tuah,
invest
right?
in mine shit.
Yeah.
And trade and speculate on attention. Is the thing going to get bigger? Is it going to get smaller? The thing about it is, like, crypto isn't going to go away. It's only going to get bigger.
yeah.
And it might feel like intimidating to you because of
do.
how you were sort of brought onto it.
The man
But
spreading.
I think that there is an outcome sort of similar to the bank story where it's like you have this really negative entrance to the thing, and then little by little you spend time, focus on trying to just piece together as much knowledge as I can around this space. And I think I still think there's some level of vindication to this. Like, I don't know, do you want to talk about what I don't want to put you on the spot to it,
Huh?
but like, do you want to talk about the idea just to throw it
Well,
out there on the pod?
We were talking about, I think if you took all the money that you made from the deal, whatever, and just like bought back the coin and then locked it up, I feel like that's a very like clear action that you can make, back to the community. And I think that would just like stamp it and the community can run with it. So that's like the idea that we were talking
As far
about.
as
yeah.
narrative goes and a gesture, I mean, you just fucking nailed that, by the way. And that would be, you mentioned it earlier, 125,000 plus 100,000, or what did I hear?
Yeah, so
How much total money has been received due to this.
125,000 has
Been received.
been received.
Yeah. Basically, what Frank just said in normal people terms is you take every dollar that you made on this and you mark it by this token and you lock it up. You walk away from it. You don't ever see that money. You can never touch it again. And you say, I'm not going to talk about this every day, whatever, but I'm going to stand on business. I put my face on this. I'm accepting the responsibility that this happened. And hopefully, you know, everybody is made whole at some point where you guys do what you want with this at this point. This is me kind of like, you know what I mean? And what that does is it kind of shows your intentions, right? Like I just want to do right by this and everybody who participated in this, etc.
I know you probably feel weird because like I'm sure people said some nasty things to you, and you're like, "What is this?
Yeah,
who
they
are
said a
these
lot of
people?
nasty
What is
things.
this space?" Like,
Well, hey,
They're
I'm not
gonna
gonna
keep
sugarcoat
coming.
it too. Listen, I know I'm sucking my own dick right now, but I think as far as like people
Hunter Red in the chat with 3 fire emojis. Glad you like it. Appreciate it.
who come from our industry, I think I move close to the best. I get comments pretty much on a daily basis calling me a fucking scammer, etc.,
You are a
etc.
scammer.
There was another situation that happened inside Faze. It's fucking so annoying, but a group of members launched a token that was like a charity, like had this like charity spin and narrative. It's like one of the most crazy things that ever happened in crypto. They all had to get kicked. I had to fucking talk to. You think CoffeeZilla is scary? I had to talk to this man every fucking day for like 2 weeks and basically vindicate myself because there's all this.
I'm so
speculation.
glad CoffeeZilla exists. I don't even really watch CoffeeZilla or follow him that much, but I'm glad he exists just to. He's like Batman. Like, he's just. These people are like. They're like talking about him like he's a legend of like the night, like a terror coming down upon them to shit on them. That's good. That's good. We need more people like that to keep these fools in check.
Banks is a crypto guy. He obviously had to have something to do with it. I had to fucking basically open my books up to Coffee, and for the Banks had nothing to do with this. Faze had nothing to do with this, but 5 members of Faze did. So it'll always be tied back to me. I'll always forever, and you'll probably always forever get comments. You're a fucking scammer, this and that. This is gonna make it infinitely more hard for you to work in crypto. But what the suggestion that he just made is far and away the best.
I hate it here. Yeah, me
for
too.
this in the immediate and in the long term.
I don't.
It's kind of
all these people.
One, you know,
I can do
I don't know.
without.
That was really good.
Because
From
it happened.
the,
Yeah.
Her buying in right now with what's on the market is there's 80%
Yes.
that's not available.
What does that mean?
So obviously we don't want to run into a situation where you do that. You put $250,000 in, because I'll be honest, if you did that, the market's probably going to react in a positive way because it is a great narrative and it is a really genuine gesture. I don't want to fucking guarantee anything, but the token probably fucking rips to that point. It could even get to a point where it rips past all-time high, which for you, I think if the token ever exceeds the highest point it was ever at, I think that's a really comfy spot for you to finally be like, I did what I needed to do and I did right by this product launch in crypto. That's personally me. That's how I would receive it. But that being said, we don't want to be in a position where this fucking token is ripping and these same people who fucked you over that own 80% of it are getting rich in the process, right? Like that cannot happen. So that's the biggest. How do we solve that?
I don't know. I'm scared to touch that coin.
Yeah, the devs that have the 80%.
You should be.
I'm horrified of it.
You should be.
If that's the case, then the devs have the 80% need to agree to lock it too. And if I don't know if there's interest, I don't know, but
I think probably you guys who we do still have open lines of communication with, who fucking built this thing, I think you aggressively go in contact and communicate the fact that, listen, we as a team have decided
I don't
that
think
this is
crypto
probably the
itself
best route
is a scam necessarily, but I think that there are a lot of scams out there.
to go for Haley, because at the end of the day, your name, your likeness, your brand, your
It's all
face.
over it.
It's because there's nothing really attached to it. A lot of times it's like if you're like thinking of like, if you want to liken it to the stock market or like having shares in a company, like shares in a company, there has to be something there with which to allocate shares from. There has to be a business or something like that, or, you know, something concrete. But like crypto, it's like it seems like you can just pull it out of your ass. A lot of these are just being pulled out of your fucking ass. And then you go, here's my token coin, here's my fart coin, and then I can just dump like these people did. And it's like, it's so much harder to scam investors when you have to have something to show for it, like a business.
You're so sweet. Let's fix it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And fucking yeah,
She's so
that
cute.
we need to figure out
She's
that.
such
Maybe
a
I mean
cutie
you guys are probably
pie.
like the communication between team and you guys right now probably looks pretty aggressive as it is, right? Like lawsuits, I know how it goes, as it should. They fucked you over big time. So maybe even using that as leverage of like, help us make right by this. You need to listen to everything we're about to tell you to do. And you know what I mean? Maybe we don't go fucking as hard legally on it. Yeah, that 80%, that's obviously the biggest hurdle.
So who has that? The 80%.
We don't know.
The dev.
What is dev?
And they don't know the dev.
The developer.
Based out of where?
Based out of San Francisco. It's one guy based in San Francisco. Is my knowledge.
Well, that's better than China.
I don't know which name is the dev is, but the dev is hired by the company that she did the deal with.
Just as far as, by the way, just as far as access goes, San Francisco's up the street.
Okay.
The language barrier, China. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Understood. Yeah, I think that's the next steps. Honestly, yeah. Because the thing is, like, it happened, and it's like on chain, like things always gonna exist. Trump launched a coin. Like, again, I come back to, I just don't think that there's an issue with a meme coin in the world. Like, that's not the problem. It's the pre-sale. It's the fact that the pre-sales got unlocked on day one. It's the fact that he put the wallet address out, so it got sniped. It was like a pretty poorly executed.
What would have been the best way she could have executed? Just for everybody watching this and any future, like, because I feel like this will be cited.
The best way to do it would have been not to do it.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
That would be like
No
the
shit.
number one best
Don't get into
way
crypto.
to
Don't
do
get into
it.
shit you don't
And
understand.
the second best way would be if someone else made it and they sent you, some percent of supply, and then like you're like, all right, you guys can do it and whatever.
Like the founder of Pump Fund recently. His name's Alon, and their product. You want to talk about what their product does? Just
Well, yeah, there's this thing called Pump Fund where it makes it really easy for anybody to launch a coin, and so people anonymously all over the internet are just like launching coins.
Some people think it's the worst.
It's a
thing ever for
terrible
people. Some
idea.
people love it. Whatever.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
I don't think access to more people is always a good thing. For some reason in the collective consciousness, we have the idea that like more access to stuff for just the individual retard out there on the street, the 90 IQ retard on the street to do it, that's better. That's always good. I don't think that's the case, and we can see that with this scam right here with this woman and the look on her face.
Exists, but my point in bringing that up was the founder of it didn't
I
drop
think barriers
a coin,
to entry
but
are
somebody
actually good and necessary in a lot of cases.
else dropped a coin of his name, and he kind of endorsed it.
Yeah.
Like he soft endorsed it. The moment he did that, that became his token. No, he didn't know the team. He didn't know anything. It was just like, okay, this is the one, and then the market decides what to do from there, right? That probably would have
best way to put it is the way that this was structured from everything I've heard so far is like you're trying to make a business almost out of a fucking meme coin. And this is where I think the internet just like hates, right?
Yeah.
In reality, it's
Yeah.
like a meme coin that should honestly belong to the internet and the community and whoever's like speculating and trading on it. But it was made into this like venture. And with that venture, now there's all these mouths to feed, all these guys with pre-sale.
Everyone has a hand in it.
so
Everyone has a hand in
complicated.
it,
So
so
complicated. People are expecting things from you, expecting you to execute on things, like expecting a product.
Your deliverables, all
Yeah.
these people to feed.
That's why Trump's engaged the way that he has in his token. He hasn't really talked much about it. He's probably not going to talk a ton about it. It's out there. It's for the market.
please. Yeah.
It's for the
One tweet.
it's for the market. It's for the market to decide. And yeah, the more he talks about it, the more complicated it's going to be, and the more he engages with it and participates in it, the more complicated it's going to be.
Hindsight's obviously 2020, but for
It's
future
not.
use,
It's really
the
not
best way to
2020.
come into it.
Listen, in this scenario, hindsight is not fucking 2020. You should be able to sniff this from a mile away that this is a scam.
New space and specifically crypto is to not want to make money from it. And launch
So
a
you have
coin.
no
sure.
idea what it
To
is.
invest
You have
in
know
it.
who these people are.
That's-
You know
The
they're
best way would have been like, all right, this
There's a
crypto
lawyer-
thing seems
a
cool. I'm
lawyer
gonna fuck
somebody
around and throw a
should
little
have
bit of money
said
in Bitcoin and just like maybe go to the conference. Bitcoin
You're familiar with
Nashville.
Aiden Ross, yeah? You're familiar with Aiden Ross, the streamer?
Sure.
That's so fun.
That's great.
That's
Wow.
awesome. That's awesome.
Sure.
That's awesome. So this is he's one of the biggest streamers on earth, and he's a dear friend of mine. I would even maybe go as far as consider him a brother to me. We lived together for 2 years, and I saw his come up, and I saw him explode on the scene, and we have very intimate, like personal conversations. Obviously, he knows that I do crypto on this level, And he's had all these questions for me over the last couple weeks post Trump launch, right? About, can I do this? Should I do that? Luckily for him, you know, he has somebody who he can trust. And, you know, we've told him all the same stuff. We're actually going to go visit him this weekend. This probably even comes out after we go visit him. But that's our whole onboarding process with Aiden. It's make a crypto Twitter, follow these accounts, join these communities, learn about it, invest money into Bitcoin, and then maybe pick a couple spots that like speak to you in terms of just who you are and what you're interested in. Because then what that does is you start to extend your network, you start to build a network of people who you can learn from, and that's the biggest thing is entering a space
pick
like
up
this.
pieces along the way.
Yeah, entering a space like this, I'm still fucking retardio when it comes to like this whole crypto thing, but
Me too.
but and I've been doing this for 5 years, you know what I mean?
Why
I have
do
these
it?
guys, I live with these guys. I'm fortunate enough for that. But that being said, I've been in here for 5 years. I could have launched an NFT project last cycle and probably printed 8 figures on it. Safe to say, yeah. And I didn't, right? Because I just knew, you know, the longer term play is to just participate. There's going to be opportunities for all of us because this is where the future is being built, is crypto.
Yeah.
If you're not learning about crypto or AI, I really hope whatever you're doing, you're totally fucking in love with, because everybody else is fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is where it's at. This is where the future is.
It does make me feel better, like hearing y'all talk, but like y'all know everything. Like I feel like y'all do everything the right way.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to
Not
too
everything.
much in that
No,
because I
he
thought
just
my
went
guy
off
was
on a
doing
whole- what are you
everything the
talking
right
about?
way.
Again, not
Just talk
everything.
about
Yeah,
how
like I said,
wrong you are.
my entry to crypto was similar. You know what I mean? It was
You had to learn from it though.
for sure, and those are the
And you got a good team with you too. I had a dumbass working for me.
for sure.
Oh,
She had a dumbass working for her. I'm not supposed to put any blame on her. I'm supposed to just let it go. Give me a fucking break. Dude.
Again,
And let me be clear. I had no stake in this. I did not buy into any of this crypto shit. I don't care. This means nothing to me. But just the fact that she did this shit in broad daylight, her and her team did this in broad daylight, and people just wanted, you know, I had people on that reaction video I did yesterday, people were talking about just forget about it, move on. That's fucking horse shit. We should not just forget about it and move on.
Best case scenario,
Ridiculous.
dream scenario. Frank's suggestion, unironically, is fucking 10 out of 10 perfect. I think, in my opinion.
I think the reason
So-
he suggested to take the money that you earned and to put it back in the token, one, it probably feels like blood money. I'm not even sure you
It's
want the money.
dirty.
You don't want
It's
that money.
very
That money is
dirty.
gross. Two, it's sort of like you could kind of say anything. Like we could say whatever on this podcast, and apologies are helpful, and it goes some distance. But to actually put the money back in and be like, I didn't make any money from this, and for the people that are down, like this is the best thing I could do to help
There
you.
you go.
And sort
There
of
you go. You
wipe
don't go
my-
donate to the fucking animals in California. As good as that is, you don't do that. You should do what he's saying. Put the money right back in there and say, you guys can get your money back. As well, I shouldn't. They're probably never going to get their money back, but I'm going to try and alleviate it as much as I can. There you go. That's a good solution.
my hands clean and say that you tried is definitely number two. The best
People,
thing you
I
can
think,
do.
would respect that a lot
And I think the
more
third
than
is like
donating to animal
it
shelters.
probably
or
feels
whatever the
really
hell.
weird and uncomfortable right now. Even be talking, we're these weird guys. We just walked in. We're talking about crypto. We're saying
Yeah.
big words. But like your life, especially being this famous person on the internet, will intersect with like the money of the internet, crypto, again at a later point. And you don't want to have this like looming
Dirty ass money.
elephant in the room, like uncomfortable situation. Or maybe you do have a clean, awesome opportunity to like help crypto and do a positive thing, but you're uncomfortable and afraid of it because of like
Oh,
what
I'm horrified
happened.
of
Like,
it.
yeah.
Again, what I said as far as how the response from the general community, and just there are going to be people who only saw the bad part of it and never gave a fuck enough to like explore what
into
actually
it.
happened, right? So you're going to see comments for the rest of time about this.
I still see Logan Paul getting comments all the time. about
100%.
it.
I mean, again, like I said,
But what did
I
Logan Paul do? He paid him back.
Yeah, I mean, he had to make it right? And yeah, I don't know. It's at least when you see these comments in your own mind, you'll know that you made your best effort, and you'll know that your conscience is clear on it. And
Bro's checked
yeah, I
out.
can't explain to you like how important I feel like that. If you have a soul, which you feel like you have a lot of soul.
I got a
Yeah,
soul, I
it
reckon.
feels
She's
like
got
you
so
do,
much
I
soul. Look at this guitar behind her. She's got so much soul.
reckon. Oh,
I reckon. And I know there's a lot of legal stuff. I don't even know what has to get figured out in the
What
background.
did he just
but
say?
which you feel like you have a lot of soul.
I got a
Yeah,
soul, I
yeah.
reckon.
It feels like you do. I reckon. Oh,
That's that right there. That clip encapsulates her. People love that stupid fucking accent she has. And they go, oh, you said reckon. You're just so sweet and you're just a southern gal. You can do no wrong. It's fucking gross, dude. These people are disgusting.
I
Should
like
be in
that.
jail.
And I know there's a lot of legal stuff. I don't even know what has to get figured out in the background, but let
It's
it be
a mess.
known it was Frank Degod's suggestion. I think it's the best one.
No, I think so too. And I don't want anybody to misconstrue any of this as like us fucking like letting you off the hook or like pretending like nothing was done wrong. You definitely did a lot of things wrong here. Most things.
Rail
wrong
into
here.
her then.
But in our opinion, there is a way to fix it. I think that's the next steps. I think focusing hard on fixing it
And after
above
this,
all
it's
else.
gonna be like, Haley, you want to go out for
Fuck
some
all the legal
drinks?
shit. Fuck any partners that
Hey,
led
Haley.
her to slaughter on
Let's go out
this.
and
Like,
get some drinks.
with all due respect, fuck all those people and
Word.
get to a place where you can feel good about where things are at and maybe even get to a place where the market feels good about where things are at. That would be obviously ideal. So hard focusing on that. The whole conversation we've had with you guys have been very forthcoming. Even you coming on the show, numbers, being transparent, off camera.
Well,
I'm
we don't
sure-
have nothing to hide
no,
either.
that's how it needs to be, right? Like that's the whole point.
Do you have any other questions?
How's Pookie doing?
Pookie lost money in it too.
Oh,
No.
Yeah.
Pookie.
No.
He said,
no
"How you gonna take my
Pookie.
money?" I said, "I didn't do it."
Oh, that's so sad.
Oh no.
So sad.
He still gives me shit about it all the time. He's like, "Yeah, I wish I had my." Can I say how much?
Yeah.
I wish I had my $300 back. I was like, well.
That's funny.
Yeah, me too.
Did you put money in it
No,
too?
I'm joking.
Oh,
He
I
said,
we all
apologize.
feel
he
that.
said,
We did it.
no, I would never put my money in a shit coin like that.
We definitely did.
I got one more question. Are those real screws in your ears?
No, they're not. There's a little bar between.
I thought those were so fucking cool.
You like 'em?
I looked over, I was like, those gotta be real screws.
Yeah, shout out Christian Stark. He made these for me.
I feel like it wouldn't be an episode to talk to if I didn't ask my last question. Do I ask it 3 times?
Just ask it.
I'll go around the room. What's one move in bed that makes a woman go crazy?
Oh my god.
Oh my
I'm
god.
sorry, I had to hit you with the final question.
Frank, what's your answer?
No, you gotta go first.
The Hawk Tuah.
I'll go last. It's the forehead kiss, nose kiss. Kiss
There you
each one of
go.
their eyeballs. Tell them they're sweet. Turn their head. You have amazing bone structure. You have a beautiful side profile.
These people are fucking scum, dude. This guy should be in prison just for saying that. He should be locked up.
Squeeze them. Tell them you love them. And then then you can have.
There you go. He's a
I just watch Ricky and do whatever he does.
I'm the Osama bin Laden of love bomb.
Okay.
We can cut that. We can cut that. It's been a pleasure to meet you. You really
said
are a
cut that.
sweetheart. And yeah, we're here now. So
We're
you have
here
my
for
number.
you.
Hit me up for anything. This is
We're
a
here
wacky
for you,
world
Haley.
you found yourself in.
You're not
A
kidding.
fun
Haley.
one, though.
It's only gonna get crazier. And
Stay
it's
strong,
important,
Haley.
Not even just in crypto, that you have people in your life that you
Stay
can
strong
lean
when you're in
on,
prison.
ask for
I'll be
advice
thinking
to.
about you while
I
you're
play
in
that
your
role for
cell.
a lot of people in this industry, and it's what I'm most passionate about. Peace, love, and Haley Welch. Hawk Tuah.
This is fucking holy
love
shit.
it.
What did he just do right there? Hang on. What did he just do right there?
Just in crypto, that you have people in your life passionate about. Peace, love, and Haley Welch.
He just did the sign of the cross and then Hawk Tuah spit on his hand.
Hawk Tuah. I love you.
I love you.
Cool.
What? What?
About
He said peace, love,
and Haley Welch.
Hawk Tuah. Oh my
I
god.
love you.
Faze Banks. Oh, it's this. So in an attempt to hear Haley Welch's side of the crypto scam story, I agreed to do her first. I have heavy stipulations, including not allowing markets to be manipulated. Not allowing markets to be manipulated by leaking this episode's existence before a resolution was found. Whoops. Her team finding a real solution regarding the money she made where she could go and what to do with Hawk project moving forward. These were non-starters, and we told this episode would only ever see the light of day if we explicitly greenlit it. Whoops. These incompetent retards leaked and or inside traded the token. We noticed a random spike in volume on the coin, along with random messages asking if we did the podcast. Very clearly, her team was not as solid as they claimed to be. As retarded as Faze Banks is, look, it's seeming like he understands that maybe you should stay the fuck away from this chick. Because this shit, we're watching this shit right now. Don't leak it. It got leaked. Wow. This girl is a train wreck. Faze Banks, you are retarded. I hope the pussy was worth it. I hope you hit. I hope you're not doing this for nothing. Man. They completely blew it, and we called the episode off right then and there. Too late. I'm watching it. Now today, the episode randomly gets leaked. The price of Hawk is pumping, and they completely fucking fumbled the bag yet again. What a fucking mess. Poor girl. Poor Haley. Poor Haley. I just want you to play your guitar and eat your grits and just hawk Tuah and spit on things. I'm so sorry for you. It's a wonder how she found herself in this position in the first place. God, no fucking shit. It's a wonder how she found herself in this position in the first. I've been saying this the whole fucking time when this girl got famous. What, like a year ago, whatever, 6 months ago. I've been saying that same shit. Like, how the hell is this a and she's astroturfed to hell. We did a video on that. She's astroturfed to hell. This is not a sincere following. I truly believe any retard can be famous if you have backing. You don't have to have talent. You don't have to be a person of virtue. You don't have to be a person of high character. Nah, none of that shit fucking matters. You just get money backing, and you get all these people to come on your stupid show who are probably being paid. They come on your show, and then you get mad views. And then you can pull a scam like this. You, too, can be a scammer. Now, Haley Welch, I'm going to speak to you direct and say the exact same thing I said to you on Spaces that night. Fire everybody. Your team's fucking retarded. Dude. Yeah, fire everybody. Fire yourself, too. Maybe you should just, like... fade away into the night because this is a disaster. And you don't know what you're doing. Anyways... So that's that. That is the stream. That is the leaked crypto scam. Oh, what's this? One more thing.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no. What the fuck, man?
The actual Did they just upload it? Just straight up? Because I didn't see it on there. Did they take it back down? Once he did, you guys are fucking retarded, man. Yeah, they are. They are retarded. And she doesn't deserve this shit. Anyways, that's the stream. That is my test stream. That is our girl, Haley Welch. Another wild, wonderful update with her. We've been going over an hour now. I just wanted to kind of give this a test to see how it went. Let me know how it went. People in chat, appreciate you being here. You guys are great. I really didn't expect anybody to really tune in because it's like the Super Bowl's on, I think. I don't know, sports ball. Let's go, right? And I just don't give a shit about who's playing or really that at all right now. So I just thought I would do this and check it out and see how it went. Let me know how the audio levels were. Let me know how the stream went. Did it lag or whatever? Did you find it entertaining? I'm gonna hopefully do more of these in the future. I'm shooting for this Friday, or actually maybe this Saturday night. We'll see. Friday or Saturday. I'm thinking about doing an actual stream, covering some other stuff, some other tweets I saw, some other clips I saw, maybe reacting to a video or two. We'll see what I get cooking. Adorable Waffles in chat says, yeah, do more of these. Do these more often. I would like to do them more often. I would, and I would like to basically get this going, get these reactions going on live so people can watch me react to them live. Because I have some, I do reactions on my channel, but they're not live, right? I just do them and then upload them. But I thought maybe I'll just do reactions live and then clip them and edit them and post them up on there. I would definitely be easier, and I could do multiple things on stream so people can get love our scammer girl. Yeah, we love her. We love Haley Welch, my baby girl. But yeah, I could definitely do multiple reactions, multiple things, get into all kinds of stuff. If anybody wants to see anything, or me talk about anything, or react to anything, or review anything, you could totally DM me on Twitter or wherever. Make sure to follow me on Twitter, JakeM on YT on Twitter. Make sure to follow me. You can DM me anything you want to see covered. But yeah, I'm shooting for this weekend to do another one, so make sure to be on the lookout for that. And thank you all for tuning in.